Way down upon the Swanee River, far, far away. That's where my heart is yearning ever, home where the old folks stay, home where the old folks stay.
Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida.
Florida.
Boom, boom, boom.
Here we go, guys. When you hear this, it will be almost Halloween, correct?
Man, it really is. 3 days until Halloween.
Man,
It's
we better
spooky
bring
season.
it.
I feel like spooky season just got here, and now it's almost over.
I really do feel like that too.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we wasted an episode doing only headlines.
I haven't spent enough time in the dark outside by myself.
Yeah,
Getting scared
Right. I need to just go outside at night, just go in the woods,
and soak it up.
the green swamp maybe.
Do like a
Don't do that.
ceremony or something.
Don't
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
Now,
Just
are
listen.
you trick or treating? Because when we visited you 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Right.
you had never been.
Yeah.
Talking to me.
Yeah, and now that you have a son and he's of age, he's of trick or treating age where he can go alone.
Well, last year we couldn't go because of COVID.
Oh, is that?
Oh.
Did that cancel it for everybody?
I
You're
don't
going to
think
use a
anybody
pandemic as an
trick-or-treated.
excuse?
Wow.
Well, I was also scared of the children, but
Yeah, you should be.
I don't know. We might. I think we might.
Here it goes. Big
Really?
day.
We have a big party that night. I don't know who all is going to be there. Probably not you guys, but
Okay.
I know for a fact what party you're going to because I RSVP'd because you RSVP'd.
well, I don't know if I'm going.
I haven't
to that
gotten
one.
anything in the mail.
I'm probably not going to that one. I think I'll go to a different one.
Yeah.
whatever.
I'll go to any one that I'm invited to.
Man, my son has really been practicing his moves. If you just say the word Spider-Man in front of him, he starts slinging web at you, bro.
Does he?
Wow.
You haven't seen it?
No, I have seen it. He's
Okay.
really good at it,
He-
actually.
Okay.
It's like weird. I don't know. Nobody taught him that.
No.
We don't even watch Spider-Man at home.
That just shows you
scary.
how powerful Marvel's marketing is.
Dude, honestly.
Honest
really
to
is.
God.
Okay. He probably got it at Arby's because Arby's, like you go through the drive-through too much and they're like, we'll sling some web at you.
No, the lesson of this cold open is guard what your children watch.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
where
Obviously,
they go
I
for
haven't
dinner.
done that.
No.
So
Headlines.
let's go to headlines.
Let's
And
do it.
You should probably guard your children from these headlines too.
Please do.
Okay, headline.
Okay. Headlines.
All right, we have a Florida man in jail
Okay.
for fraud. All right.
Okay.
What did he do?
He was caught with about the personal identification information of about 20 people. He
Ooh.
had
Dark web.
a ton of credit cards,
Uh-oh.
18 credit cards, a key reader, magnetic strip reader encoder, all in a backpack
Holy moly.
that he was found with. So he gets arrested for fraud.
It's a good guy to get off the streets.
Right. They find out that he's, logging in and bypassing the unemployment system in Florida,
How?
filing claims for people under his phone number and address,
Okay.
but other people's names and information. And
Wow.
so he's getting all these benefit debit cards sent to his house.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
weird that he uses phone number. He uses phone number on everything.
Okay.
That it's interesting because now the government's like, so all of these people live at the same residence.
Exactly.
And share the
have
same
the
cell phone.
same email address as well.
Right.
So he told detectives that he found a site on the dark web and spent $5,000 to purchase the personal information of these victims.
That's
And
it.
so they found a laptop that had 354 names, phone numbers, email addresses, postal addresses, credit card numbers,
Wow.
and social security numbers.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy moly.
We should really check ourselves.
Yeah, I know. $5,000 though. You can make a killing off of what?
That's
50
a lot of people. Yeah.
So you just go to darkweb.com.
Yes,
Yep.
darkweb.com.
Google
Say,
it.
I'm here for people's info.
Yeah.
Identities.
And then you
Yeah.
end up on a list.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Or, well,
An
yeah,
unemployment list.
a list, and
True.
then you get in jail. So here's the thing. He couldn't stop once he was in jail.
That's an
Addicted?
addiction.
Once
yeah.
he's in jail, he couldn't stop. They have phone records of him calling his mom
Okay.
and telling her how to bypass the unemployment
Okay.
benefit system.
Wow.
He also instructed his mom to go to walmart.com and purchase Apple Watches online and use a chime card. I don't know what a chime card is for the method of
Okay.
payment, but these are all different people's
Wow.
credit card information, and he was using all this. But all of this stuff from Walmart, he did like 98 orders.
So now his mom's in jail.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
But he did 98 orders on Walmart.com, and they were all sent to, information was linked to his cell phone number.
Now Walmart there's no red flags from Walmart. They're like, whatever.
Walmart.
They
I mean,
bought
98
these
orders
watches.
isn't like a ton, to be honest with you.
But under different chime cards,
I don't think Walmart.
going to one
would-
address.
I don't know what you would do to have to get the attention of someone.
You
at
don't think
Walmart.
they'd
I think you'd
frowny
have to
face that?
I think you'd have to do way more than 98.
They have a threshold set up, and it's
yeah.
only 1,000 Apple iWatches
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
to the
Apple-
same address.
Apple iWatch, yeah. Actually, the address was split up.
Oh.
I don't know where he sent them, but
So he sent his mom to pick him up, like when the mailman
exactly.
dropped him off,
Yeah.
which is now mail fraud
He's using his mama.
And we discussed it the past 2 episodes, I
and
believe.
female fraud.
That when you fraud the mail office, it's like a huge crime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's a big deal. Postmaster
no-no.
General.
Yeah. Salute.
Right.
So he was reported making unemployment claims in not only Florida, but New Jersey, Louisiana,
Holy
and Virginia.
moly.
So the guy's talented. He said he's all self-taught. Like he looked it up online. He
Okay.
literally told detectives that.
Okay.
It sounds like
I
though
guess
if you're
it's kinda
let-
So if
Braggy.
you have the heart for it, you can learn anything.
if you're covering
That's
for
true.
a friend though, like let's say a friend helped him get those
Yeah,
credit card
you don't
numbers.
wanna-
He's like, oh, I found it on the dark web.
Well,
That's a
you know
great
you're
way
going
to
to get out, right?
True,
You know
true,
you're
true.
gonna get
Mm,
out. He can
true.
probably hack in and release himself.
Florida has the death penalty though for going to jail. So
Well, yeah, I think most.
I don't think you get the death penalty for going to jail.
I thought it was like a wheel. that
No,
you
I heard
spin,
it, yeah.
and it's like how many months death penalty?
what's the governor's
it's a
name again?
scratch off ticket. I
The
think.
Santis. Yeah, you spin the wheel and it's like a 95% chance it's execution. You're like, but I just money laundered. It's like,
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry,
Yeah, you're
dead,
done for.
Firing range.
Dead Street.
All right, our next headline. We have a Florida man
Cool
outside of Florida. He's in Maryland.
Really?
for now.
He's out of his element. You know what happens when a
Freezing.
Florida man travels?
Yeah.
They get into trouble.
The guy
Amen.
get in trouble.
So we have this Florida man that was suspected of stealing a jacket and keys,
Okay.
from a trucker in Maryland. And that claim was found to be pretty accurate pretty quickly because the guy was seen driving a semi
Okay.
and a jacket that didn't fit him.
in a jacket that didn't fit. It was pretty
Yeah.
snug. Leaving the Maryland House Travel Plaza.
Okay.
Yep.
But he went the wrong way. So he was going on
Oh.
I-95. He was going northbound.
yeah.
Or he was in the northbound lane, but he was going south.
That's how you really stick out.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of trucks on the road, and the cops are like, "It's going to be tough
It's
finding
going to be
this
tough
guy."
finding the wrong.
And then,
yeah.
Opposite direction.
yeah,
That's so scary. The fact that it's a semi alone. So anyways, the cops are called. They see, him taking off.
Yep.
And so at one point he pulls over, this Florida man pulls over on the side of the road, acts like he's going to stop in a construction zone.
cool.
And a police officer is able to get onto the passenger side of the the steps over there.
Wow.
And he's
This is
banging
some-
on the window, telling him,
Yeah.
put
That's not your jacket.
right. This is not
Yeah.
your jacket.
That says Anthony
Yeah.
on the logo.
Put the telling him to put the semi in park, get out,
Yep.
turn the keys off. Well,
Mhm.
Florida man accelerates
Nice.
into
Slowly.
the northbound lanes again.
Yeah.
And at this point, the trooper, he's
Bust the
thrown
glass.
off of
No.
the truck onto the highway.
Oof.
He suffered minor injuries.
It's not worth
However,
your life, bro. I
but
get
once
it.
eventually the Florida man pulls over at like a motel, hops out,
Mhm.
and they got like a helicopter
Takes the
following
jacket off.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
he takes the jacket off, and then they couldn't find him.
He's like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
No, he pulls off into a motel, gets out, and basically tries to hide in the woods. And
Yeah, he's sleeping.
they find him super quick.
No, they got heat-seeking missiles on those.
Oh, 100%.
But the interesting thing,
they'll level a field of woods to get a bad guy.
To get one jacket theft.
100%.
So anyways, the interesting thing is he's being charged with attempted second-degree murder, first and second-degree assault, assault of a law enforcement officer, theft, and other traffic charges. But I guess the fact that he threw the cop off the semi.
That's a big no-no. They're sending him back to Florida to spin that wheel.
I'm not saying, and I'm not saying they're wrong. I was just surprised to see.
Oh no, he's getting executed. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah, no, the cop's going to make sure of that.
Here's my thing: the guts to steal a semi truck,
big rig,
and then go the wrong way,
bro. I drove a rental,
Avenger,
those U-Hauls. Yeah. And had like a panic attack in the parking lot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little speech.
Side note:
those are the most dangerous vehicles on the road. Think about that.
I do.
Wayne is in a
I'm
U-Haul
raising my hand
truck.
right now.
Yep.
Dangerous driver on
Wayne
the road.
normally drives a Corolla.
Right, and he drives it very slow. Sometimes suspicious, but the fact
sometimes
that
suspiciously slow.
He's in a U-Haul, like a 30-foot U-Haul.
Yeah. And they just hand the keys over.
You see those things everywhere, though. Those people have never driven one of those things.
Hits the pole backing out.
If I see a U-Haul like on the interstate, I literally go into it like 2 lanes away from it.
It's
as
smart.
far away
that
as
is
I can
smart,
get.
actually. My wife called me while I was driving that one.
And you answered.
Like 5 minutes into it, she's like, "How's it going?" I'm like, "Kind of fun."
Fun is not the answer I want to hear.
But I'm like high above every other car.
You're like,
I'm going
chugging along.
I'm going like 12 and a 60.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not sure if I'm in the lane, but
it's fun.
Yeah,
I'm in one gear.
Right.
All right. Our next headline: we have a Florida man goes into a Waffle House.
Okay.
Gets his jacket stolen.
Only the best things happen at Waffle House.
That's a fight.
After hours.
Now this is at 8 p.m. Okay. He comes in and immediately says, "Everyone get on the ground. Y'all are getting robbed."
Okay.
I like his style.
Sounds polite.
And then he puts his finger guns away and he takes some napkins and he walks out.
Okay.
Well,
to be fair, they weren't his napkins.
Oh, hold on. His name was Rob. And that's what he does wherever he goes.
That's like his intro.
You're getting robbed.
He did say that like in a very old-fashioned like saloon type.
Yeah, get on the ground. Y'all are getting robbed.
Y'all are getting robbed.
Yeah, and then his like camera crew's there, and they're like, "We got him again."
You're like, "No, it's like punked. It's like you guys are getting punked.
You get robbed." So he got in jail.
Yeah, spin the wheel of death.
Yeah, he's spinning the wheel. No, So people said that they thought he had a gun. It was
napkins are free.
It was just finger guns, and then he took the napkins, which, like Josh said, are free to paying customers. Let's be real.
Okay.
Let's be fair.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, he gets arrested for attempted robbery.
Okay.
It's like the worst robbery ever.
It is.
You didn't steal anything.
That just means I want a night in jail.
You didn't even have a gun.
I was gonna say, I feel like he may have been like inebriated.
I'm no gun owner.
Let's see. High and drunk.
Or gunsmith.
Yeah.
Right.
But someone should make a gun that looks like someone's hands pointing fingers.
Oh.
What? Yeah.
Because then the person you're dueling won't realize you're being for real.
Yeah. Or you
go
go
pointing at him.
Yeah. And you go, "Oh, that guy had a gun. And how do I have a gun?"
He's like, "Turn around, take 20 paces." And you're like, "1 second, buddy. And stop pointing at me."
Yeah. See?
Pew, pew.
And bam.
And then you win.
There's so many good things that could happen.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Why is that guy holding a decapitated hand?
I think I'd rather ride with Wayne in the U-Haul.
Dang, dude.
Anyways.
I'm going to design this gun.
So our next headline, we have a Florida man who meets a nice young lady late at night. The young lady, it says woman. So
that's nice.
Who knows? Asked if she could use his shower.
Okay, it's fine.
Things are going good
at his hotel room hotel, motel, whatever.
if that's what he wants.
And he said, "Yeah, sure, absolutely. Come in. You can use a shower. That's totally fine. It's unclear whether the shower was actually used, but the man
supposed to mean?
Man fell asleep with the woman still inside the room, and then surveillance video showed the woman leaving the room around 4:30 a.m. and stole his car.
What?
Whoa!
Which actually wasn't his car. He borrowed that car from his cousin. And so she's driving down Interstate 95
the same interstate.
Probably past the semi going the wrong way. But eventually, after like a couple miles, it breaks down and she gets stuck on Interstate 95. And they haven't seen her again.
That's a hard call.
Wait, she's just gone forever?
She's gone.
She ran into the woods.
Okay, I have 2 points to make. One, why is it okay when he takes the car from his cousin, but when she takes it from him, it's a crime all of a sudden?
Oh, because he borrowed it by like asking, and she like drugged him. He fell asleep.
Exactly.
Well, okay, that is not my second point. Is who allows somebody you've just met into your room, as a good citizen, to take a shower or whatever, and then falls asleep?
Are you gonna
it's a long
deny?
shower?
Yeah, I mean, you get bored.
Yeah.
I guess so.
70% of the time, I'll allow anybody to shower with.
Yeah, who are you turning down showers
I can't
to?
fall asleep until everybody like is settled.
In bed, tucked in?
Yeah, like settled, safe. Then I go night-night.
Do you have to tuck them in?
He checks the deadlock 14 times before he...
Yeah. And then this person's got a stranger in the shower, and he's like, I'm going to take a nap.
Well, it's been 20 minutes. I don't got
She's
all
fine.
night.
She's fine. Yeah.
Huh. So she's just gone then.
She's
You
gone.
don't run the shower. Like if you have to go to the bathroom, you don't preheat.
Oh, you
What's that
definitely
got to do with this?
It could be just a long, like she was preheating.
Oh.
I don't think that has anything to do with his point of him falling asleep, though.
I wasn't even listening.
Oh, man. I didn't realize like Wayne would deny people showers out.
That changes everything.
I know.
Well,
Two hosts here are looking for a third. If you're interested,
two hosts are looking for strangers to shower in their house.
No, we're looking for a host that can,
I want you to call it like it is.
confidently drive a U-Haul and has an open shower.
Listen, just because I can't drive it correctly doesn't mean I'm not doing it confidently.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah,
I can
good point.
confidently drive it the wrong way.
Oh,
like
geez.
Wayne said, who wants to shower with me?
Let's not get distracted.
Let's get back to the main point.
He was talking about U-Hauls.
Oh.
All right, next headline. We have a Florida woman. I do not like this woman.
Whoa.
What could she
all.
have done? Wayne, what do you think she did?
I guarantee you she got into the shower of a stranger.
Oh,
Pretty close.
Yeah.
So she has a 71-year-old neighbor.
Okay.
No.
And the neighbor was kind of failing in health, the 70-year-old man, and didn't really have any family close to him. So she said that she would take care of him.
Skingivitis. It's going around.
Probably. Yeah, it is going around. She said that she would take care of him after he suffered a stroke and a heart attack because he had no family to help. So I guess that's what she might have done at first in July. However, she ends up locking him in a spare bedroom for weeks.
Holy moly.
She, steals his driver's license, his social security card, bank card, his cell phone, TV remote.
That's there.
And then, took his master bedroom for herself, starts redecorating the house.
Is there no window on this? I mean, 71. I get it. It's tough to break through a window. And I'm 29.
Here's the
Right.
thing. Like I said, she was his next door neighbor. She owns the house next to him.
So she has a residence.
With her husband and son.
Wait, what?
What's
but
her
she's
plan?
living in the master bedroom, redecorating the
I don't like
house.
this at all.
And it was said that she would only feed him lunch or dinner whenever she felt like it. And so it shows that she's like, spending his money and all this kind of stuff. They discover that this lady transferred ownership of the house to herself.
Okay.
And then she also made herself power of attorney, getting it notarized, and she's the authority of his finances.
Well, to get it notarized, you need two people. So it looks like we got someone else we need to investigate.
My goodness.
I hate this story so much.
Yeah,
You know
same.
what?
She's a real piece, but like, here's my thing is like, how did they find out?
So
Yeah.
he got out and ran to his neighbor's
Oh,
house.
hopefully the right neighbor.
He escaped.
Amen?
Yeah.
Not her husband.
I think it was like 3 weeks or so.
Oh, that's it.
She
Holy
moved fast,
moly.
honestly.
She really did.
I mean, that
No
just
red
shows
flags there. though.
That's what I'm trying to figure out
No
is how are there
financial
no
red
red
flags.
flags when this person who's not related goes, I'm transferring the house, power of
Yeah.
attorney, like,
Right.
and the guy's not there.
Yep.
Right.
You know, and most of the time you have to have like medical, like, someone to sign
Yeah,
off
yeah.
on that kind of stuff. Like, that's crazy.
And what's
Yeah.
her husband and son doing next door?
I know.
Right.
I mean, I drive to Orlando and I eat like some quality ramen,
Yeah.
and my bank's like, wait, suspicious activity.
Yeah. What are you up to, sir?
Yeah, but this lady can like go on spending spree with this.
Yeah.
guy.
Transfer a house.
Yeah, dude. Okay, this is crazy. The way that she transferred this house, She transferred it to herself using a quit claim deed for the price of $1 online.
No red flags.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Legally, you can't give a house away. It has to be like for like $1.
That's ridiculous.
But that's ridiculous.
That's no red flags there.
No, not at all.
So is she going to jail?
The red flag system's
she's like
broken.
on her bail is like $275,000.
Good. Yeah. Good. Great.
Anyways,
Lock
our
her
last headline, we have 2 elementary PE teachers.
Okay.
Fighting
Very
out.
strong, fit people.
Right. Fit people.
Those shorts.
They go out on a night of drinking, right?
Yes.
That's right.
And they're having a good time together. They go to an apartment that they said was supposed to be their friend's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was their friend's apartment. They walk in. One of these PE coaches gets in bed. The other one, I think, is in the bathroom doing something. And inside in the bed that this PE teacher gets into is an entire family. A man, his wife.
How big is this bed?
I don't know. A man, his wife, and their baby.
Okay.
The PE coach gets in bed with them. This guy that owns the apartment realizes it, starts yelling at him to get out of the house.
Okay.
Why?
He confronts them, pushing them out of the maybe not physically pushing, but like getting them out of the house.
Well, you can steamroll. It's one of my moves in the bedroom.
Right.
Exactly.
I just roll over and continue.
Exactly.
And then it usually flattens the person or pushes them out.
It pushes them off. Yeah. And so he gets them outside. An argument breaks out between the apartment owner and one of the PE coaches. They're arguing. The owner of the apartment starts going back inside.
Yeah.
PE coach pulls out a gun, shoots him 4 times.
Wait,
why?
What?
Why guns? Why guns?
It makes no sense. You walked into somebody's house, got in bed
That's
with
not how I imagine this going.
him and his wife.
I wouldn't have said steamroller.
You get pushed out of the house, and then the guy tries to go back into his own apartment. Shot. Now he let me say this again. Shoots at him 4 times. Only hit him hit him once. So he didn't get shot 4 times. But
still, my thing is, the article lists the fact that they're both PE teachers pretty early on because they want you to visualize them in like short shorts.
Well, no, I think it's more so
Colored
like
shirt.
you should be able to trust
adults.
your PE, your elementary PE
Yeah, but what
coach.
I'm saying is I'm visualizing all of these crimes happening while these guys are wearing like volleyball clothes.
I gotcha.
You see what I'm
with their
saying?
name
Like,
on it.
Umbros, probably.
Umbros.
Ideally.
So these guys are this whole family's in bed in the Shire.
That's really cute,
And,
though.
yes.
A family that sleeps together
stays together. And this PE teacher comes in, probably one of those red dodgeballs and one of those parachute games.
Yep.
Right.
And then next thing you know, the homie's shooting at everybody.
Yeah. Do you think he like threw the parachute over them, like go tuck them in?
Gotcha. So they all went to jail.
And then he tried to get under the parachute before it fell.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one guy
there's a
is
family
like
in here.
the one guy that shot him is like attempted murder and like
the other coach still in the shower the whole time.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah, I think he just got like some kind of breaking and entering,
bathing while intoxicated.
Yeah,
that's
the whole
a baddie,
It goes back
though.
to showering.
Execution.
Every single time.
Everything goes back to showering.
In that wheel.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Josh.
So
Happy Halloween, Josh.
Happy Halloween. Good. Thank you.
You look great in your costume right now.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just a stalk of corn.
Yes.
I didn't think I'd be able to sit down in it, but luckily it's got a little bend.
Not a lot of folks can pull that off.
Not a lot of folks. So, if you're a new listener, you listen to the intro and you're like, Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron.
Right.
And I'm going to go ahead and identify my voice. Josh.
Right.
Wayne?
My name is Wayne.
Yep.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Why'd you say it lower?
I don't know. I just
Cameron.
Did you
felt
notice that?
Yeah, he dropped
He
it.
said it like it was like the lights are off and it's just purple like
Cameron.
neons and he's like, Cameron.
let's get it on.
There it is. That's Cameron,
my
baby.
segment, my segment.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't want to turn this into a romance hour.
Okay,
sorry, corn boy.
Greg is the fourth host. You don't hear him a lot
Right.
Right.
because he doesn't have a microphone.
Silent host.
That's right.
But if you go back into the archive, you'll see special releases where Greg gave tips.
Yeah, he
That's
gets
right.
his own episode.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hurricane tips.
Right.
Thanksgiving tips. Christmas tips.
That's right.
Mm.
And Halloween tips.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I went to the source and I talked to him. And
You actually talked to him this week?
Yeah. God, fell asleep halfway through.
Yeah.
But talked to the boy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, we need Halloween tips. And he's like, let me on the episode. And I was like, I can't,
You know the rules.
You know the rules. Yeah.
You can't be on the episode. So I said, just give me your tips.
Right.
So
Here
after a
we
little
are.
bit of fighting and some arm wrestling,
Right.
the bet was I would read his tips if I wore his corn costume to stretch it out.
There you
Oh,
go. And you look
jeez.
great.
Yeah.
You're making it nice and
He was
girthy for
sweating in
him.
that thing the other day.
Well, now he calls me a stalker.
Oh, okay.
This is why we don't give him a
I
microphone.
know, because of these bad jokes. Looks like he's broken it down into sections here.
Okay.
Perfect.
Looks like he's got costume
Okay.
tips, candy giving tips,
Come on.
holiday tips, candy taking tips.
I like that.
So let's see. He says first area we're going to go into is the costume tips.
Okay.
He says the hot costumes this year,
Okay.
they're not going to be what you think.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I'm curious.
It's
Right.
not Squid Squad.
It's
Okay.
not Squid Squad?
Nope. it's
If
not
I had to guess, I would say what?
architecture.
No way.
He says, yeah.
Is a costume?
Yeah, he says go as your favorite architecture or large landscape.
Okay.
Mount
By
Rushmore.
like go as a building
Yeah, he
or
Or
an
a bridge.
architect?
yeah. No, he
Okay.
says Sydney Opera House. Big,
Wow.
big this year. Yeah.
Your mama's going to Sydney Opera House.
Oh, that's what I heard. He says the Burj Khalifa.
Wow.
That's going to be popular ones.
Love his music.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good rapper.
Falling Waters.
Really?
Yeah, by Frank Lloyd Wright. Go as that.
Perfect.
Or just big landscapes.
Okay.
Yeah, like a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Golden Gate.
maybe like
so
a
Greg is suggesting we go
seawall or something?
Yeah, we go
Yeah.
as a landmass.
a dam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, this
What's
is
I'm sorry.
family friendly
Yeah,
show.
thank you.
I'll bleep that.
Because what's the most awkward thing? You go to
Right.
a costume party. What happens?
Oh, no one gets it.
No, there's two corn stalks standing
Oh,
there.
I see what you're saying. You
Someone's
want to go
wearing
as
the same
unique.
costume.
Right.
Yeah. But you
Right.
show up as the Burj Khalifa,
Right.
the tallest
You're the
building
only one.
ever
Right.
Right.
in the Emirates.
You're thinking of the
Yep.
Tower of Babel.
That is what I'm thinking.
Right.
Okay. I got to rewrite this for Greg.
Here's the thing that makes sense because one Halloween I went as Mary Kay Olsen.
And what happened?
Someone showed up as Ashley Olsen, and I was
Right.
furious.
And we had to
Couldn't
hang
tell.
out all night.
because they're
tell
like,
you
"Oh,
apart."
a couple's costume." I'm like, I don't know this man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
both- yeah. Well, I mean, 2 years ago I went as a lighthouse,
Right.
which
Yeah.
really helped me be seen
I
because I could spotlight.
Why is there puns all of a sudden?
Okay, we're
We're
going
not a
to the
pun
next
podcast.
one. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Here we go. Candy giving tips.
okay.
Now, this is going to help you guys as homeowners.
Oh,
Right.
Candy giving tips. Let's not do it the normal way. What you're going to do is you're going to have a candy happy hour.
Okay.
Really?
Where if they show up between this hour, they get the candy for free.
Right.
So you do candy happy hour posted in your yard, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Wow.
Anytime after that, you're now a store. So people ring the bell and you go, it's going to be $1, my dude.
I see what you're saying. So if they
Yeah.
don't show up the morning of Halloween,
Yes.
So you want to be woken up by
Do you think?
people wanting free candy?
Who's going to go to a door at 7?
I don't know, but
Exactly.
I don't want to put a sign on my yard. that-
Well, you got to advertise that if you're a store.
I don't
legally.
want that.
Here's the thing:
Yeah.
everybody else in your neighborhood's giving out free candy at normal trick or treat
You know how
hours.
cheap Tootsie Rolls are?
10 cents at my store.
I would like just set
10
out a
10
bucket
cents each, baby.
of Tootsie Rolls so somebody didn't wake me up at 7 a.m.
10 cents each at my store, baby.
Okay, so Josh's house is going to be there. Okay,
Well,
so
there's a happy
if
hour.
you take Greg's advice,
Yeah.
you can come the first 2 hours in the morning to get free
7
candy,
to 9, free candy.
or the
normal
rest
amount.
of the day.
Charged.
pay a
Yeah,
price.
it's a store.
I see
You're welcome
what
to
you're-
Josh's Candy Store. You can barter. I'll trade.
Right.
You got full Reese cups. I'll trade you some sweet tarts.
Oh, I
Oh,
see what you're saying.
Easy.
Yeah. So let's go to the next one. That's
Okay.
good. That's foolproof.
That's so far we have 2 decent tips
Because legally, you can operate a store as long as you've posted it the day before.
in your yard.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
I think that's a law.
Let's see.
Huh.
Candy taking tips.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Candy
Receiving.
Yeah. Candy receiving tips.
Yeah.
Greg says this is a great time to practice a lot of I don't know, personality skills.
Okay.
And this is where you can practice your compliments.
Okay.
So you walk up and you go, this place looks great.
Oh, okay.
Or I love your look. And see what that gives you candy wise.
Mm.
And he
So
says,
before they offer candy,
yeah.
you want to
trick or
compliment
treat.
right away.
Love the vibe.
You
here.
look great tonight.
Right.
Yeah. He also says it's a very good way to do recon.
Okay.
So you'd say stuff like, do you own any weapons? Does castle law mean anything to you? Right?
How do you feel about stand your ground?
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful house with a sliding glass door lock?
Yeah. Do you have a bar across the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about strangers showering in your place?
Thank you.
Do you trust modern banks or do you keep gold bars under your bed?
In this economy, where are you storing your money?
So I
Right.
see what you're saying. So
Yep.
Greg is saying here, when you go to receive your candy,
Yep.
you want to kind of pull the guy from Home Alone. You kind of go around and do
Thank
a little
you. Yeah.
recon
You're the cop,
to see.
gold tooth
Oh, yeah.
glaring. Ping.
Right.
And you go, love the place. Do you know what castle law is?
No, I that's a great point. Now I remember Cameron early on, he would do this when we had the show. He would do a really good impression of that guy from Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
Danny DeVito.
Danny the geezer.
Yeah. You
That's-
got any money in this house?
That's actually really
Oh
good,
my
dude.
gosh. I feel
Holy
like he was
crap.
standing in my foyer.
Yeah, he dragged the clip from YouTube over
Yeah,
in
easily.
post production. That's what you
Easy.
just heard.
Okay, guys. Last section.
Okay.
This one I think is probably the best. It's a holiday tip.
Okay.
So we know Halloween,
Right.
or what the Wiccans called Hallow Eve.
Okay.
Weens.
Okay.
Right.
And it has a lot of meanings.
Right.
Hello
But-
Eve Weens?
Yeah, it's
It's
you have to go-
impossible to know.
you have to go real far back to see that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it really has like almost a frowny face, negative connotation,
Oh.
right?
Perfect.
And you want to shine a good light on it,
Right.
Because you're not doing like a trunk or treat. You're like doing the real deal.
The real deal.
Yeah.
The hardcore
You're scaring kids.
candy
Yeah.
giving. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you
We'll
balance
change
it
some
out?
lives tonight.
Yeah. You balance it out with Easter.
Okay.
Back
You
up.
want to know how?
What?
Halloween is more of a dark holiday.
Okay.
Some would say, the general media would say, right?
Right. Like Fox News.
They want
Yeah.
you to believe that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's under attack.
Satanic panic.
Exactly. So you want to balance it so you don't get any frowny faces
I
Okay.
see what you're saying.
with a good one. So you balance it with Easter.
You're
So-
saying do Halloween and Easter on the same night.
well, this is how you're going to do it. Come to my door.
Okay.
Ring my doorbell.
Dong.
Hey, kid.
Hi.
Nice costume.
Hey, what's castle law mean to you?
You have to say trick or treat.
Sorry, trick or treat.
Oh, actually, the candy, it's buried in the yard in Easter eggs. So go find it.
Have fun.
Have fun. There we go. We just took the dark holiday and the light holiday.
Right.
I
and
see what
made
you're
it a
saying.
Gave 'em something to do
That's
in the dark.
really good.
Gave 'em
That's
something to do.
really
You
good.
want children to dig up your yard?
Go
That's
through my
wonderful.
bushes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the cool thing about it is if
Yep.
the kids don't find it all, 3 days later it presents itself.
it sure
They
does.
just- So last week we opened up the story section so that we could hear from you guys and girls, our listeners.
Scary.
That's our favorite part of this show.
I didn't like it. The guy with the top hat.
I know.
Running across
it
the
was
lake?
spooky. We covered 3 personal spooky Florida tales that you all sent in for Halloween, and it
Uh-huh.
went over so well that we decided on a very short notice to do it again.
We just got so many.
We got a lot.
Okay.
And
We
you
owe
guys
it to the people.
loved it. That episode did so well. So we're going to do it again. Spooky Submissions, volume number 2. But tonight,
Are these like extra spooky since we're this
here's
much
the
closer
thing.
to
This,
Halloween?
this is the difference.
Okay.
Tonight, we decided to accept stories from our listeners from all over the globe, not just Florida.
Mhm.
So this Spooky Submissions Volume 2 is going to be the international edition.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Story number 1 was sent in to us from Jeremy, who is currently stationed in Iraq. He's
Okay,
overseas.
Let's see.
Thank you for your service,
I'm
sir.
already
Yes.
scared.
Jeremy says, and here we go. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Army,
Okay.
and I've been deployed on and off since 2003.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Austin, Texas, and I'm currently stationed as a private contractor in Iraq.
I hope he's listening now and he's like, that's me.
I know.
Right? That pumped me up.
He says the story happened over a decade ago.
Uh-oh.
Not long after arriving in Kuwait at Camp Dua, I began working with the operations team overseeing logistical affairs.
Okay.
We would oversee the daily convoy of supply between Kuwait and Baghdad, a route that was riddled with IEDs, small arms skirmishes, and almost constant breakdowns of Army and civilian vehicles.
Okay.
Because I was a SAW, a saw gunner in the 1st Infantry Division.
Jesus, that sounds serious.
While in active duty,
Yeah.
I was often in the convoys manning a mounted weapon that accompanied most civilian transports.
This thing doesn't do saw blades. It doesn't shoot saw blades.
I think it does. With
That's
American flags on it.
Oh, wow.
During these runs, we had a few strange encounters in an area south of Baghdad known then as Camp Babylon.
What?
Okie dokie.
Initially,
This is a different book now.
Initially, Camp Babylon was occupied by French soldiers, but then it was
Okay.
designated as an archaeological site.
Okay.
Camp Babylon was set up in the area that was said to have originally been the famous Tower of Babel.
Oh, well, that kind of makes your quote earlier.
Yeah, didn't you say something about that?
I may have.
You said the Tower of Babel is taller than the Burj Khalifa.
Well, I never said Babel. Indeed.
I thought it was an odd comment.
Indeed, there were ruins that did look like a massive structure had once stood there at that spot.
Okay.
I had 2 strange incidents happen to me while passing through that specific area.
Yeah.
The first incident seems a bit benign, but it sets the mood for the second.
Mm-hmm.
We were passing through Camp Babylon one night when our convoy took small arms fire.
Mm-hmm.
The standard operating procedure at the time was to stop the convoy and return fire. While engineers looked for explosive devices on the road, we scanned the horizon for the enemy but saw nothing. They must have fled immediately.
Okay.
However, the ruins around Camp Babylon were alive with shadow figures that seemed to move about the area.
Don't like that.
Okay.
Several times we would spot the figures, but they would immediately vanish. An Iraqi translator who was lying beside me with his weapon commented, "How odd that we are in the shadow of Babel and fighting the supernatural."
What?
Nope. You don't have to say
Who
that.
talks like that? Don't
An Iraqi
say that
translator.
to me right
I
now.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't respond, but I knew that
How
something.
would you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're still
exactly.
processing what's happening
You just go.
in front of
You just go. Okay.
Yeah. You don't
right.
go, you're right. It is weird that we're in the shadow of Babel.
It is a strange occurrence. You're right.
You're right. He says, I didn't respond, but I knew that something very strange was indeed happening here. The second incident occurred about a month later.
That was enough for me, actually.
About a month later, at this point, the weather in southern Iraq and Kuwait had turned quite cold at night.
Ooh.
During this encounter, we had just completed the supply run to Baghdad and were returning back to Camp Doha in Kuwait when a vehicle in our convoy suddenly broke down.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we found ourselves right outside Camp Babylon. While the Army mechanics took a look at the vehicle and the rest of us took up fighting positions around the area, strange things began to occur.
Mm-hmm.
It started with a strange light bobbing in the desert. Thinking it was a person with a flashlight, we used night vision goggles to watch.
Okay.
Don't like that.
It was simply a glowing ball of light moving towards the set of ruins. After initial contact with the light, a few of us had moved forward away from the convoy to see what the source was.
Mm-mm.
After seeing that it was self-contained and not a person, we were all alarmed.
So they went away from safety to get a better look.
Yeah.
Yes.
Away from the...
Well, and I think in their defense,
The saw gun.
I think that they were thinking that it was some kind of enemy activity. And,
Right.
And when
That's their job.
Yeah, when their devices said, oh, well, it's a self-contained ball of light, they went closer to make sure that it really wasn't a person.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want that light being on the end of a bomb.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they confirm it's self-contained and that there's not a person there. But as soon as they confirm it,
Mm-hmm.
he says, that's when we heard it. The sound I will never forget.
Nope.
A long wailing cry began rising up
no.
from the ruined structures. It sounded like a woman in agony mixed with loneliness. On and on.
Mixed with loneliness.
On and
that's
on.
A horrific.
I know.
description.
On and on the sounds went while we huddled in the cold and the dark.
What?
Wondering what we were listening to.
This is ongoing.
Mhm.
With our night vision goggles equipped, we used our flashlights to spotlight the area. And if you've ever done this, you will know that a normal flashlight with night vision goggles looks like a massive beam of light. We scoured the area, but no source of the crying or the ball of light was ever seen. About this time, we were told via radio that the vehicle was repaired and we needed to leave immediately. As we were returning to the convoy, I noticed the Iraqi translator was staring at the ruins in horror. He was literally frozen and refused to leave.
We're done here.
I shook him, and he snapped out of his stupor, and we ran together back to the convoy.
The vocab on this guy. I love it.
Once we were back at the camp,
Yeah.
and it was daylight the following morning, several of us were chatting about the encounter at Camp Babylon before our daily operations briefing. It was then that I remembered the terrified expression on the face of the translator.
Go on.
So I asked him about it. He was still traumatized by the event, but he managed to explain that as we were leaving our position on the hill, he saw a tall black figure standing beside the ruins, probably 9 feet tall.
Nope.
That's abnormal.
He said it was watching us as we were searching the area the entire time.
Okay.
He felt an instant wave of despair go through his body, and he knew for sure that he was going to die.
What?
He does not remember leaving the area. His next memory took place in the Humvee, an hour away from Kuwait. To this day, I still randomly have dreams of the mysterious wailing sound that took place at Camp Babylon. And at night, if I look hard enough, I notice the shadowy figures dancing around my property.
Okay, we're done here.
Yeah.
Yep. Now
Let's wrap it up.
You said the figures dancing around his property.
He sees him now currently.
He brought him back.
Jeremy, stationed in Iraq, my guy, thank you for sending that
9 feet tall?
Yeah.
That's like a couple kids in a trench coat, like 3 kids.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all.
Thank you for your service, Jeremy. That's crazy. That's wild.
So when it comes to a scary story like this,
Yeah.
I always have to like put funny thoughts in my head
Just to
get me
kind of,
through it.
rebuke
take
it.
us through your process.
Okay, so that Humvee broke down.
Yeah.
Immediately I thought banana in the tailpipe.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
They've been known, Al Qaeda has been known to do that.
Yeah, they usually spitball them in there.
Right.
Banana right in the
Banana
tailpipe.
launcher.
And then they go, deploy the shadow machine.
And then with the orb, they
Right.
wanted to make sure like it was nothing.
Right.
So like a magician, they take a hula hoop
Okay.
and they go like around the orb and they go, this isn't even on strings.
Right.
This is legit, guys.
Yeah, this is legit.
Okay. Well, maybe we solved it for you, Jeremy. If you're listening, Josh wants to give you some peace.
Yeah.
It's a hula hoop and a banana.
Check your tailpipe.
Yeah. All right. Story number 2. This was sent in by Mabry, who lives in Brighton, England.
Are you
all
going to
the
do
way
this with an
from the
English
UK.
accent?
The whole
I would
thing.
never do that.
Like you promised us?
Please?
I would never do that.
Just one, the first sentence.
You promised Mabry.
Okay. I'll do the first word. She.
No.
That was
No,
as
it's
English as it
terrible.
gets.
No.
So Mabry says, I worked as a nurse on the night shift at a long-term care
It's
facility.
not a nurse.
Not a
Nurse is already.
nurse.
This is already
This
creepy.
is the worst.
She said I had a resident ring their bell at around 2 a.m., so I went to check on her.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that means like some kind of service.
Yeah.
Not like the song.
Right.
Yeah, not a digital bell. Wayne just did a ringing, like a handbell.
Like a cat's bell.
Okay.
So a resident rings her bell, and I go to check on her. She proceeded to tell me that there was a man in her washroom,
We're done.
and I needed to get him out.
Yes.
Being that this was a long-term care facility, it wasn't odd to assume that one patient had probably accidentally wandered into her washroom while she
course.
slept.
Yeah, that's normal. Hey, do you have a shower free?
Yeah. Can I use your guest
Can I
bathroom?
use your shower, please?
Exactly. I went to check, but the room was indeed empty. I asked her what the man looked like, and she said that he was wearing all black and did not have a face.
Okay.
Well, why
you
don't you
should have
start
led
with
with
that?
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I asked her to clarify, and she
No
said that
face.
where his face should have been, there was a shadow instead.
We're done here.
Okay.
I calmed her down and then told her that whoever was in her bathroom was going to leave her alone, and he's already
Right.
gone, not to worry about it, to make her feel better. As I was
Did make
standing,
me feel better.
as I was standing in her room,
Yeah.
I heard the bell of a different patient start to ring down
Don't
the
you
hall.
dare.
Okay.
What? That's where nurse 2 needs to show up. Cause
I hurried down the hall only to find the second patient crying in her bed, saying that a man without a face was
Oh,
hiding
I
in
just
my
got the
washroom.
chills.
My
I just got the
gosh.
chills.
All of this happened within the span of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I checked the second patient's washroom, as I expected, no one was in there.
Don't
But like clockwork,
Another
I
one.
began hearing bells
way.
ring all
He
up and
just
down
jumping
my hall.
bathroom to bathroom.
Dude, that's creepy.
In
Just
total-
hearing the bells after having two people tell
That's
you
when
that.
you crouch in a corner and you cover your ears. And
Yeah.
you go, no.
In total, 8 patients claim to have witnessed the faceless man come into their room and hide in the bath.
What's her name?
Mabry.
Maybe.
Her story's not done.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No one was ever found, and the incident never happened again. But I can't help but wonder what it was that caused 8 different people to witness the same thing all on the same night
That's
shift.
too many people.
I know.
6 was my limit.
Right.
You cross that.
6
by
bells, 6 people, 6 shadow faces.
Yeah.
After the second bell began to ring, Josh started flexing his muscles as if it was
I'm
going to
trying
somehow.
flex the ghost out of
As
me.
he started like just flexing like he was.
You saw those? You saw those pecs?
He immediately reverted to this.
He's
like
literally
to,
like fidgeting.
trying to alpha his way out of the scare. Just
I've
like-
never alphaed my way
He's
out
also sweating.
of
So.
anything.
So Mabry from Brighton, England, thank you so much for
There's
sending that in.
there's no resolve to it.
No, there's no resolve. It's a ghost.
She
But it only haunts
She quit,
bathrooms.
right?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
How many rooms were on this thing? Because if it's like 100, then that's like 8%. That's not bad.
It's 8 too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way too many.
Story number 3.
Oof.
This is our last story. It was
Thank
sent in by Vanessa from Mexico City, Mexico.
Okay.
Okay.
Vanessa says,
Place so nice they named it twice.
Amen. Vanessa says, this happened when I was around 21 or 22.
Okay.
I had just gotten divorced and I was staying at my dad's with my 8-month-old daughter.
Okay.
My sister was over for the weekend and I had put my daughter to bed around 7 p.m. in a playpen in the back bedroom that we were staying in.
God, why do like common
I don't know,
common
man.
household places? I'm like back bedroom sounds normal in a normal house.
Right.
But when
in
we know
this-
it's spooky,
Yeah.
Right.
It's like don't go in there.
yeah, don't do that.
She says, we were sitting in the backyard
Oof.
talking when I decided to go in and check on the baby,
Mhm.
Good. Yep.
but she was gone.
What?
Okay.
Wayne.
Okay. Here we go. Let me flex
Obviously-
out of this story.
Obviously, I freaked out. My sister came rushing into the room when she heard me scream.
Yep.
We looked under the bed. We took the playpen pad out. We took
Uh-huh.
out the blankets. We flipped the entire playpen over and shook it.
Right.
We looked all
Just in
over the
case.
house, outside the bedroom window, under the bed, in the closet.
I don't like it.
We removed the bedding from the queen size bed that we slept in,
Jeez.
behind the chair, behind the dresser. We literally tore the room apart.
Right.
Even in places that made no sense, we searched. My baby was gone.
Ceiling fan.
Oh,
She was old enough to crawl, but not old enough to pull herself out of the playpen.
Oh goodness.
Once we realized there was no chance she could possibly be anywhere, we went outside to get my dad.
Oof.
He ran inside, clearly upset at the thought of his baby granddaughter having gone missing from his home. When my sister and I had left the room, the playpen had been broken down and tossed to the side during the search,
Of course.
and it was still that way when we left. But when we returned with my
Nope,
father,
Nope.
he simply walked over to a fully set up playpen, picked my baby up, still wrapped in her blanket, sound
Ugh.
asleep.
wait, what?
He turned to us as if we were crazy and said, "She's right here." My sister and I felt like we had lost our minds. Had we not experienced it together, then it would be hard to believe that we hadn't.
Wait,
They wrecked the
what?
room looking
They
for
wrecked the
baby.
room,
And then
tore
the
apart the baby pen,
Dad
and
comes back in and everything's fine.
back together, and the baby's in the pen.
It's like some weird time glitch.
Okay.
She
in
says my
Mexico
daughter.
City, Mexico.
She says my daughter had been nowhere to be found. We tore apart the playpen looking for her, but after leaving for a matter of seconds to retrieve my father, it had all been put back together,
Oh,
and my daughter
what?
was sound
That's
asleep,
so freaky.
as if nothing had ever happened. We spoke to multiple people in the city
Yep.
who all had different theories. In Mexico, we are very careful to not assign spiritual qualities to things that have reasonable explanations.
I like that. I like that.
This
That's
situation, however, has no reasonable explanation.
This is true.
My daughter is a teenager now, and she often makes fun of her aunt and I when the subject comes up, but I do not believe this is a laughing matter. Something sinister happened that evening,
Oh God.
and I
like
pray
that
to
word.
God that whatever took my baby doesn't return to do it again.
Don't like that
Oh,
word.
I don't like
Sinister.
that at
Yeah.
all.
Did you check the
I mean,
tailpipe though?
I'm glad. I'm
Could be a
glad that the
banana.
baby's fine.
Yeah.
she's
No, teenager now. Yeah.
I mean, but I just
Don't go to
Yeah.
that back bedroom. It's their Stargate.
you
Yeah.
would literally feel like you lost your mind.
For sure. Vanessa from Mexico City, Mexico. That is crazy. We believe you. We
No,
side
yeah.
with you, but
Oh,
that is
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Having two people, be there definitely helps.
You know what's interesting? I recall when I was younger, Someone told me a story one time, and it's very similar to Vanessa's. And I'm gonna share a personal story if you guys don't mind.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
what time are
suspicious.
we at right now?
I don't know. We might need to cut him off.
Well, I just want to say this. I had a pastor of mine told me when he was younger.
Okay.
At certain times in the night, like when he would get out of the shower, the mirror was kind of fogged,
Right.
and
Okay.
letters would appear on the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And really, anytime a situation would come up where like letters could be involved in some way, if it was sand outside, if it was a fogged up
I'm
mirror,
very suspicious. Of this
letters
story.
would begin to appear.
Around this guy.
So today, before coming to the studio,
Okay.
I get in the shower.
Okay. Here we go.
I get out of the shower, it's fogged up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And these letters appear. I'm not
Go
making
on.
this up. I'm
Okay.
being dead serious. You guys are smiling. I'm being dead serious. It was, listen, I'm giving you the letters. It was,
We're
it was,
listening.
the letters were H, F, T, B, A, F, M, O, F, M. And I didn't know what that meant.
Neither do we. I mean,
I
the
prayed
last,
about it.
The last bit sounds
Familiar.
And it stands for Happy Halloween from the boys at Florida Man on Florida Man.
who. How do you know that's what it stands for?
Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 152.
Once I heard HH, I thought Hungry Howie's.
We love you guys so much. What a
Amen.
spooky season this has been. Hey,
Yeah.
listen,
Check your tailpipe.
check your tailpipe for bananas.
Right.
Yeah.
Check your subscription list because we got some more treats coming your way.
Oh, yeah.
We are not done yet this spooky season.
We got some
More stuff
2
coming
days
at
from
you.
now.
2 days from now.
Heck yes.
A very special holiday episode.
Yep.
Halloween special at the Wonder House. Let me tell you, we are bringing it this year.
Yep.
We love you guys. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Josh, Cameron, happy Halloween from the
Happy
boys.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween,
At
fellas.
Florida Man on Florida Man.
Go get some Hungry Howie.
Happy Easter, guys.